Hello everyone and welcome back to ZMAM, Zombies, Movies, and More, a show where we take an in-depth look at video games, movies, and everything zombies. Today we're going to take a closer look at Destiny 2's DLC, The Curse of Osiris. And I hate to say it, but it's not much better than our original review of Destiny 2. But again, just to keep things even, we have our panel of peeps who are going to discuss the issue. We have Mike Appel, guest speaker, who loves Destiny almost more than anything itself. And we also have Dustin Shelton to give his perspective. So without further ado, let's get to it. So here we're going to talk about the Destiny DLC, Curse of Osiris. And back by popular demand, mostly just because he wasn't on the first episode, is Mike Appel over here to the side.
How you doing?
Everybody say hi. And we have our good buddy Dustin back in the house. Dan got tickets to a Blues game. Supposedly they were really good. So good for you. Suck it.
Have fun, Dan.
Yeah, have fun, Dan. So, but yes, we're here to talk about DLC. So first, we're not going to get back into a whole lot of stuff about Destiny 2 the original game, because we talked to death. But Mike just wanted to give a few of his little personal hits. So, Mike,
where do I start? So, I definitely wish I'd been part of the first conversation. I think it would have had a lot of things to add, but the guys hit it pretty hard. So there's no point in rehashing all that. I was definitely the one guy in the group that, man, I drank the Kool-Aid. I was Destiny.
You ain't lying.
he drank it by the gallon.
I drank that Kool-Aid. I'm buying the T-shirts from Bungie. I'm doing all that stuff, right? A lot of frustration with Destiny 2. Again, the guys hit on it. I could probably talk about it for 2 hours. There's no point in that. So the DLC, right? Curse of Osiris. I was excited. I thought, okay, I got 2 solid months of Destiny. Got burned out. Hadn't played it for about a month, but I really thought I was going to get energized with Curse of Osiris. Mike, how long did I tell you I wanted to get out of this game?
So guesstimates from Mike were 1 month. 1 month to get full use out of it.
I thought I would get a solid month out of the DLC, and that was with me gaming every single night, 4 to 5 hours a night. I got about 3.5 hours out of the DLC.
So not quite.
Not quite what I was expecting.
Short. Now we will admit though,
almost maybe.
We will admit, because we have been dogging it so bad that I think that tainted your. I think seriously, you've been getting more and more bitter just hearing us bitch about it so much.
I think I have. Well, I'm also bitter about a lot of things Bungie has done that really frustrate me. One of the things I loved the most about Destiny 1, I played the daylight out of that game for 2 years, and then I hit the wall, and I didn't touch Destiny for about 6 months, and then I started hearing about Rise of Iron. I'm like, okay, get interested. Rise of Iron re-energized everything I felt about the Destiny franchise. I loved it. I literally played it nonstop for 6 months straight. Because of that DLC, that led me to purchasing Destiny 2 within the first hour it was available on PlayStation Network. That's how hyped I was. And my biggest complaint and one of the issues I have is Bungie has made everything so vanilla now. There's nothing that's unique about the experience. I was telling Mike and Dustin before we started, there's a gun all of you guys will know from Rise of Iron, the Distant Star, right, from Iron Banner. I grinded for that thing for hours because I wanted that perfect god roll weapon. Finally got it. It was the greatest thing, worth my time. Went into the Crucible and I annihilated people with it. I loved that gun. You don't have that option in Destiny 2. Everything is the same. I mean, Bungie's run by a bunch of whiny-ass liberals, it feels like, that someone complains, okay, guess what? We're going to go ahead and give you what you want. And I don't mean to dog on Bungie. I know it's coming out that way, and I sound very bitter, but it's because I am. I loved this game. I love this franchise, and I just feel like
they let you down.
They let me down. Bungie cared too much about microtransactions, and instead of... If Bungie focused on story and weapon development as much as they focused on people that bitch and complain and want a level playing field and everyone to have the same weapons, it's going to be an amazing game. It could be an amazing franchise, but,
so
it is what it is.
Let's hit off that point you just made about making everything level and even. So the Prometheus lens. So this new laser gun, pretty much, they added to the game. So basically, they released it, and it's almost like they didn't even beta test the thing.
No.
And it was owning...
It's like melting people.
Melting
them.
in
2 seconds.
2 seconds.
2
Just
seconds.
a broken... And I give Bungie credit. Instead of, allowing it to stay broken with... Well, it is still broken, but instead of allowing just a few small group of people to have it,
What do they do?
They released it to everybody. So now everybody's melting.
Everybody's got it. It's a
Everyone's
laser
got
light
it.
show.
It's a laser light show.
Welcome to the light
Crucible.
show.
So, we had some footage here playing in the background, and you can see it's just ridiculous. I mean, all you have to do is just keep your gun steadied on the person, and then it has like the range of a scout rifle, they say,
It's
with
fun.
the power of
It
like
is
a
fun.
shotgun. It's just ridiculous. You get the best of all
Yeah.
worlds, which, by the way, I guess I wouldn't complain. I mean, I'd be out there just getting after
Did you get it, Mike?
I did.
I'm guessing you got it from Zara, right?
Part of my 3.5 hours of gameplay was I logged in last Saturday to buy it, and then I haven't been on since.
But at least you still have it.
At least I still have it, and I played with it for a little bit of time, and it was a lot of fun.
I want to remind everybody watching too that so Schilling and I didn't pick up Curse of Osiris. So Appel's like our man over here. He's the only one of our friends that picked up the DLC. So he's the one talking about most of this stuff here. We're just kind of speculating.
I think
We jumped ship.
I think the biggest disappointment in Curse of Osiris was we're hyped up about Osiris, man. We've been learning about Osiris in Destiny 1 lore, and we learn all about him, and we've got his lost ghost, and we've got Ikora Ray telling us all these things about Osiris, and when it comes down to it, he's in the game for about 60 seconds. He shows up to help a little bit on the final boss, and then there's 30 seconds of dialogue after that. He comes out, he says, "Oh, your guardian performed great." Ikora asks him to come back to the tower, and he says, "Oh, I can't, I got too much work to do." And he leaves, and that's it. Like, are you kidding me?
That's the next DLC.
Are you kidding me?
Come
it's
back.
just when you think they can't get any worse at storytelling, like they come and do
jack
something
it
like
up.
that.
And the story up to that point was amazing. It was good. It was detailed, and it just. But then I feel like, I don't know, man. I feel like
Well, let's jump. The power.
a disappointment. That's all I can say. It's just disappointment. And Mercury itself.
Oh, yeah,
here, I
Mercury.
think we've got another new planet. This is going to be awesome. Let me tell you about Mercury. You land and you go to the lighthouse, and then there's about 100-meter diameter around Mercury that you actually get to explore. There's one lost sector, and there is one public event. That's it.
Wow.
An entire planet,
That's
and
legit.
you get nothing.
Nothing.
So
Now wait, the power cap. So now the level. You went up what? How many levels were you able to go up from your?
So, like I said, in the 3.5 hours I'm talking about, I got through the story missions, and I explored the planet for a little bit. I think I played the public event like 3 times. It was fun, but with only one public event, it gets played out really quick. There's no point to keep going back. So, obviously, I was 305 when I started. I think when I got off, I was 312. So, this is going to take some time to grind out, which it should. But again, where's my motivation? Where's the excitement in trying to get a weapon that every single other Destiny player, however few there are left?
Well, that's the other question I was going to ask
man.
you, Mike. Was what did you experience with? Obviously, none of us were playing the game, but if you looked at your friends list, how much did that change? Going to Curse of
First,
Osiris?
how many were in our clan? Do you think? Maybe an estimate. 30, 40?
At the height of Destiny 2, our clan, we got up to about 70 or
my
so,
gosh.
74
I didn't realize
people.
that much.
And in the last couple of weeks, you'll see no one's been on. I didn't play Curse of Osiris, guys, until the second night. So I played it first on Wednesday. When I got online, there was myself and 3 other people from the clan, and I was playing
And
with,
that's the
with
second
2 of them.
night of the
second night of the DLC, and only 4 of our clan had been on.
Busiest time.
Yeah, right.
I just
That's telling. I mean, that's telling.
for someone that, like I said, I fully admit you guys tease me, rightfully so. I was drinking the Kool-Aid by the gallon.
You were the Kool-Aid man.
I was. Oh yeah.
Here's another
And I
telling
just-
piece. On Amazon, you can now get Destiny 2 for $25.48. That's as of today, 12/16. Stop calling me.
Show here,
I'm doing a
Vince.
show,
Trying to do
baby.
a show.
Vince, I ain't got time for that. So as of today, 12/16, whatever, 9 o'clock at night, basically you can get it for $25. Now that right there should tell you that the game is on its decrease. I bet if Destiny, Bungie, if they were looking to see their numbers and the drop-off rate, I bet they're just like, oh my God, what is going
they're in
on?
denial. They think everything that dropped off PC or
No, it's just
PlayStation and
How
Xbox
big of a
picked up on
DC?
PC.
Oh, that's great. Let's talk Raid Lair. Now, you didn't actually play the Raid Lair, right?
I did not do the Raid
but
Lair.
we've watched plenty.
The footage, yep.
And honestly, I don't need to play it, not to see.
No.
I mean, the reviews are all out there, but yeah, I know we're kind of rehashing stuff. But honestly, it's ridiculous. How many?
Yeah.
2 instances?
So it looked like there's a jumping puzzle in the beginning, which looked somewhat in depth. And once you learn the mechanics, so you can get through it pretty quickly. There was like another little section we had to run and dodge some electricity. It looked like, and then you get to the middle of the ship, kind of the world eater part, like Mike was saying before. The boss is in this room, and it's like a 2-phase boss fight, which looked interesting.
Yeah.
But that's it. You're done.
And
It's over.
Once you defeat that boss, that's it. That's the raid layer. So
Now, do they still give you the loot after each? Do you know, Mike? Do they give you the loot after
They
each?
do, but
loot
it's
after each. Yeah, I think the jumping puzzle, the electricity part, and then the boss.
So there's a couple opportunities to get
Oh,
loot,
man.
but it's
just not enough.
But again, I still, there's so much potential there. That's what I hold on to. Maybe something like Rise of Iron will come along for Destiny 2, and I'll jump back in and start drinking the Kool-Aid, and everyone will make fun of me again.
I just don't see.
I'm just so frustrated.
I
and
don't see how
disheartened
you
with
go
everything.
from like the Taken King. Remember King's Fall, the raid? You had what, like 4-5 bosses in that?
Oh,
raid,
yeah.
at
Yeah.
least.
It was amazing.
And a jumping puzzle and other things
Or
to
else
kind
keep
of.
you busy.
And then how do you go from that to this? Like, they're really just 2 encounters in the raid layer, and that's it. Like,
Yep.
how is that what the community's asking for?
And the next DLC's not.
I just feel like Bungie's so disconnected from what the community's wanting.
Yeah.
It's crazy to me to think that this is what they think that people are asking for.
I know.
The next POS was in spring, right?
I think so.
That's a long wait, guys.
That's a long wait.
We're mid December.
By then, the game's going to be forgotten.
Yeah.
It's already trending to be.
I think like most people were seeing, the people that love Destiny 2 and they're just, I mean, hopefully most of them
Yeah,
are
I was one of
different than
them.
Mike, but like Mike he's turned to the dark side. He just doesn't care anymore.
No.
But there's a lot of people I heard that are defending it and they're trying to keep up with it. But I mean, again, you must play the hell out of some Crucible then, because other than that, there's really not much more left to do.
But again, the biggest takeaway is there's no incentive to grind
Right.
and get all these weapons because everyone has
all
the
the same.
exact
It's all laid
same
out.
weapons. Bungie included. There's a new mechanic, and I apologize, I don't remember
okay.
exactly off the top of my head, but you can get a little variation of the game.
The masterwork.
The Masterworks.
Oh, the Masterworks. Yeah,
But
we talked
it's
about it
still
last one.
not to the level that you could
Right.
get in Destiny 1.
Yeah,
That's
it seemed
what
very
kept people
minor.
grinding.
Just from reading up on it,
Yeah.
it seemed very minor. It seemed very grindy to even get it, and it's very little change,
Yeah.
very little
And-
reward.
Yeah, very
And
rewarding.
the biggest issue, even as much as I have loved Destiny, but the biggest issue I've had with Bungie and these games is going back to Destiny 1 when you would finally get a great gun and then they would nerf it because you'd have a group of people that would whine and bitch and complain, and Destiny would want to appease everyone. So they
They've done it many times, right?
They did. I mean, one of the greatest weapons to get in Destiny 1 was Thorn.
Thorn.
And Dustin, you said it perfectly. It was like Darth Vader's lightsaber.
Yeah, right.
This gun was amazing, and
We all worked so hard.
Oh
to
my
put
God.
that in.
And it
I
took,
was
it took
not-
a lot to
it
get
took
it,
a
right?
lot of time.
It wasn't given to you.
No,
You had to
I-
earn it.
and
I
for
felt
me,
good after I got it.
Yeah.
Destiny was the first shooter I had ever owned.
Yeah.
So the Crucible, the PvP, man, that was a challenge for me. But when
Yeah.
I finally got that gun, after all that time, it was the greatest, and I got to enjoy it for 2 months. And then they nerfed it, and I never used it again.
Yeah.
Like, same with Mythoclast.
Dude, I remember the first time I got Mythoclast.
Oh my God!
Went
What a
into-
great gun!
Into
And then
Crucible, just shredding. I mean, pretty much, honestly, I mean, so I can't talk Bungie that much because they've done this before.
they nerfed that
They've
gun
done
twice, though, if you remember.
Yeah.
The first time,
Yeah,
I
they
wasn't in on the first time. You were, and then I was lucky enough to get it, and I
Yeah.
enjoyed it for a couple months again. And then when they nerfed it the second time, it was a gun that no one ever used. Mm-hmm. But I remember there was times when we'd go in the Crucible, the three of us. You and I'd have Mythoclast, and Dustin would run Thorn. We would annihilate
Oh,
people,
it was
and it
some
was
good
fun.
times.
It was great because we'd earned it. We'd busted our
And not
butts.
everybody else had it.
And not everyone
too.
had it.
So, I mean,
and now
and not
it doesn't
everybody.
matter.
No.
There's, the big gun now is Uriel's Gift. Well,
I enjoyed it while I was
there's-
using it.
there's Uriel's Gift, but there's 3 other guns that are pretty much the same gun,
Yeah.
just a different name.
Yeah.
So there's no,
Yeah.
But again, I don't mean to.
So while we're on
Complain,
Crucible, though, I do want to say I saw on their Twitter update today they're releasing the Mayhem Crucible mode back into the game,
okay.
which that was
They
in
are.
Destiny 1. It's the mode where your supers charge and your abilities charge super fast. That was a lot of fun, but why the hell wasn't it there in the first place? Like,
Yeah.
how do you take content that you've already created
Because
in the first
Dustin,
game and then not have it in the second game? Like,
when we fell off Gaul's ship, we forgot all this stuff.
Oh yeah.
That's what concussions do to you.
concussion.
We got a concussion. We forgot how to do all this.
I mean, you were kind of half-ass trudging around
That's
when you first hit the ground. You know, they could have done. We talked
Unbelievable.
about that. Like, remember the beginning scene? And we're gonna back up just for a second, but remember he kicks you to the side, right? And you're on the edge and you're holding on for dear life. And he goes, he could have done something so much. He could have picked you up and been like swinging you around. I mean, he could have done so much more cinematic stuff with that main story. And they just are like, oh, little half-ass boot to the face and off the side you go.
Yeah.
Dang.
But anyway, I don't want to get back. I have a whole
So here we go. So
more thing to talk about, but I don't.
to be
no
respectful,
need to go down there.
Dustin and I are not going to rate the DLC because we did not actually buy it.
Yep.
But I am going to let Mike rate it because he's here, and I'm going to pop the number up this time. We didn't do it the last time, but if you're scale 1 to 10, 10 being the best and 1 being the worst, and honest.
Because again, it's you guys had a great analogy last video.
Now go throw it out there.
You're polishing a turd, and this DLC that's what you're doing. Again, the story was great. I really enjoyed the 30 seconds I got to interact with Osiris. The ghost was actually his ghost made it enjoyable because it was just funny and it was interactive. I don't know. Honestly, I got to give it a 5. I really do. I just like I said, you got a whole planet, and you have not like people really care about lost sectors because whatever. There's nothing. Lost sector.
Dude, we love
the lost sectors every
But
time.
you got one on an entire planet. You have one public event. Like really, it's an entire planet.
I mean, it was bad enough when you had only like the 2 on the planet.
And I get that you get to go into the forest and go on these different paths, but even that quickly becomes it's the same thing. I mean, yeah, it's a different path and it's different enemies you fight along the way. It's still the same damn thing.
They talked about
and
these
it's
places.
just not. It's just and again, this is hard for me because I am someone that I love this franchise and what it could be. And it's a disappointment all the way around. And I'm not going to say I'm not going to continue to play it because, hey, one night I bought it, and eventually there'll be a night when the 10 other games I'm playing, I won't want to play. It's like, oh yeah, well, that Destiny, I remember that game. And I'll go back to it, and I'll play it. And there'll be aspects I like
That's
about
right.
it.
I want to say we're proud of Mike. He is now the proud owner of Star Wars Battlefront 2, which our entire crew owns. So now Mike gets to
And
join
why did
on
I
that.
not purchase Battlefront? What did I tell you?
So.
No, it wasn't because of EA. No, I did not purchase Battlefront because I said I got Curse of Osiris.
You're too busy for
I'm good, man. I'm going to be playing the daylight out of this Destiny expansion.
Yep.
I don't need that.
Well,
Went ahead and bought
Hindsight's
Battlefront
2020.
today.
It is, and
It is.
who would have known? I mean,
I know. It just all in all just a
And
disappointment
I think
for me.
Schilling and I were talking too. Like we're not done with the franchise in its current state.
No, absolutely not,
We're done with
because
it currently.
Currently,
They
And
would
who
have to
knows?
make some major changes to this game and this franchise for
Maybe-
us to jump back in.
Yep.
Definitely not pre-ordering anything.
No, maybe
I'm gonna
Destiny
need-
3 they can get their
Yeah,
act
I'm gonna
together.
need to see like a solid, I don't know, 2 weeks of gameplay before I even.
The last thing
Easily.
I'll say about it, and I've said this to Dustin, I've said it to Mike. A game needs to come along, a franchise needs to come along to put Bungie in its place to make them realize, oh, you mean we should actually listen to the gamers? We should actually put out a quality product and not care about. And I'm not saying microtransactions are fine. I have nothing against them. If you want to pay to get certain things, you want to pay to win, that's fine. Also give me an opportunity to earn those, and that's the route I'm going to take, because if I'm giving you your $60 for your game and however much your DLCs are, I'm not going to spend more money on microtransactions. Don't take them away if that's the model you want to follow, but don't focus solely on those, and don't rush to put out a product that's just it's garbage, and that's what Destiny's become. It's just garbage, and that makes me sad to say, man.
Yes.
It's frustrating. Like, and again, this will be for another conversation. I'm hoping Anthem is what I hope it'll be, but again,
we'll be looking out for footage on that.
Created by EA, so right now I don't have much hope.
Yeah, we'll have to see what
But
that
if
backtracking they do.
a franchise like that, a multiplayer where you can get your friends involved, everyone can get online, game together.
Right.
That was the most enjoyable aspect of Destiny 1, and why we gamed so long together is because we were able to
on all the time, we got
on
to
all
play
the time,
together.
sometimes it was a challenge getting 6 people.
Oh, well,
but when we had everyone, and now we did a good job of getting those 6.
we did.
And now
Bit too many.
Bungie's like,
Everybody's
no,
fast.
now you can only have 4 people. Now you can only have 4. Like, thank you for helping to create frenemies. Bungie, thank you.
Well, and that's again what I wanted for at least for the game reviews. We want to be able to bring you that information of why you should or should not maybe purchase into a franchise. Now, true, by this time we're a little late on it, but honestly, it's given us a really good perspective on it. And I bet you there's still a ton of people that are probably still like, "Hey, Christmas is coming up. Should I be getting Destiny 2?" Well, maybe you should, maybe you shouldn't. According to us, though, we're saying you probably should not. I mean, look out for other games.
Not worth it.
We do have some other reviews coming up soon. In fact, we're going to start talk Star Wars Battlefront 2 very, very soon. I want to say, though, probably the next ones we're going to show is the movie review of Star Wars The Last Jedi. Yep. So we actually all have tickets to go see it Monday night.
Yep.
And so we're looking forward to that. Yep. And we're going to see if we can get anybody together as quick as possible, and we're going to do a quick just our thoughts on it. We'll do a first half of maybe on our thoughts, and then maybe the second half on just actual scenes of what we loved, and we'll keep those spoilers to the side for you guys. So anyways, we just wanted to come back at you, get Mike on here, show you the DLC.
Sorry for anyone that was hoping I was gonna Kool-Aid Man was gonna come on and say it's the greatest DLC, and it's not.
Yeah, unfortunately, it's just,
if it had been like Rise of Iron, I probably wouldn't be sitting here with you boys right now. I'd be at home playing.
A little bit of gameplay,
but it didn't do it, and I'm really upset. It bothers me because I love that franchise. I still love the franchise. There's still hope for it. So I don't want to sound like, even though I've just been bashing on it for the last 15 minutes, however long. It's just, but it's hard when you spend that much time and that much energy in a franchise and in a game, and just to, all I have to do is cry and complain, and then Bungie's gonna nerf my favorite weapon, and then everyone's on a level playing field. It's like, hey, you showed up, we're gonna give you a ribbon. Yeah. And I think that's my biggest thing is there's no challenge in Destiny 2 now. They just give it to you.
Yeah, it's pretty. I mean, it's very obtainable.
Everything's obtainable, and like I said, everyone's using the same weapon, the same loadout for PvP.
I'm gonna go back.
It's
just true. I will just leave it at that. It's so true.
Yeah. So again.
Yep. So thanks again for joining us. This was a short episode, but just because we've already covered Destiny 2. Look out for our next ones. We're going to do the Star Wars Last Jedi review, and we also have our top Christmas movies, in which you should definitely be watching this Christmas. Mm-hmm. So again, from Dustin and Mike, your adioses.
Adios.
See you later.
And we'll see you next time. See you.